Welcome back to another episode of the Fruitful Fertility Podcast. I'm so glad you're here because I have yet another wonderful testimonial to share with you today of a client who became pregnant in 1 week after finishing the Boost Your Fertility Blueprint. So I said client, but I actually mean student, because back in September, I finally finished my online course that has all the foundations that I've been using with clients in the past. I bundled it up, made it this easy to access, easy to understand course that you can enroll in at any point. So this student did that. She knew she needed some help. She wanted to know exactly what to do. She enrolled in the course and she was pregnant 1 week after finishing the course, which is so cool. So we're going to dive into her story, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what the heck Boost Your Fertility Blueprint is and why you need to get started now. And I'm going to have a little gift for you. So listen to the whole episode. Let's go. Hey friend, welcome to the Fruitful Fertility Podcast. Do you want to better understand your body so you can get pregnant naturally? Do you find yourself up late at night Googling how to ovulate on your own or natural fertility tips? Do you feel lost on what your next step should be? Hey, I'm Tori, a registered nurse, Christian fertility coach, and your new TTC BFF. When I started my fertility practice, I realized how much the modern medical system was missing when it came to supporting women trying to get pregnant. I knew God had called me to this space to bridge that gap and provide more natural fertility support and education. With time and a little trial and error, I found a foundational way to assess infertility cases and get better results. In this podcast, you will finally understand how your body and fertility work, support to stay off that emotional roller coaster, and a proven strategy to improve ovulation and increase your fertility naturally. If you're ready to get started, drop those ovulation sticks and grab a pen, because girl, you look fertile to me. We are going to talk about two different things today. First, we're going to talk about a student who enrolled in Boost Your Fertility Blueprint and how she turned up pregnant 1 week after completing the course. I love these testimonials. They excite me. And I know I talked about some testimonials last week. If you didn't go listen to that one, absolutely go listen to it. But I usually like to spread these testimonials out, but these have it's been so exciting. And I've had so many come up recently that I want to talk about them while they're fresh on my mind. And, I just can't help but share your wins because I'm so proud of you. Those, you put the work in and you get pregnant and you let me know. And it's just, I say it all the time. It's such an honor to be a part of your guys' fertility journey, whether that be just the podcast or working directly with me or in the Facebook group. It is just, I love it. I truly, truly love it. And I can't not share all the goodness. So we're going to talk a little bit about her story. And then we're going to talk about what the heck Boost Your Fertility Blueprint is, because you've heard me talk about it on this podcast. And I want you to know exactly what it is, what you get, what kind of results you could expect, why it works, and why you need to enroll and be in there with us. And hint, hint, wink, wink, I'm going to run a very limited time Black Friday special in about 2 weeks, the week before Thanksgiving, I believe. I want to kind of go ahead and put it before all the other Black Friday noise, give you the opportunity, give you a really great deal, very short amount of time. So that is going to be released on November 21st and 22nd. That will be a 48-hour special. If you're not on my email list, please jump on so you can get the notification to your email and the link with the deal. I will also likely drop a very, very short podcast episode that day just to remind you. But the best way to stay in contact and be reminded about that is email. So use the link in the show notes to get on the email. You can do that by getting the free fertility checklist. You can do that by joining the free Facebook group and putting your email address in the question sections that you answer before you join. However you can do it, get on that list so you do not miss the 48-hour Black Friday special that I am going to run on Boost Your Fertility Blueprint. And stay tuned for this whole episode. Listen through the whole thing so you can get a really good picture of what it is. But let's dive into her story and what she said. I want to read you her exact words from her testimonial. Inside the Boost Your Fertility Blueprint course, I have a form that's called the Yay, I'm Pregnant form. And I have it in there because I want to ask questions about what you did, what you saw, how long you were trying, and just get really good feedback from you. And so I want to read you exactly what this student said about her experience inside the program. She says, It was definitely the Lord who led me to Tori's Fruitful Fertility podcast when I was on a walk one day in August. I was really overwhelmed with the trying to conceive process and not understanding why I wasn't getting pregnant and wanted to find something faith-based to help encourage me through this journey. Now, I'm going to stop right there for just a second. That's not the whole testimonial. But how much of that is true for you too? Are you overwhelmed? Do you not understand why you're not getting pregnant? Do you want an approach that feels more faith-filled and more God-led? Because she did too. And she found that inside Boost Your Fertility Blueprint. So I wanted to stop there because all that is such a good introduction. Then she goes on to say, my husband and I are both in our 30s, eat healthy, exercise daily, with no relevant medical history that would prove to be the reason why we were not having success. We trusted the Lord's timing. However, I wanted to be sure that I optimized my chances and loved Tori's foundational approach while incorporating biblical truth. After attending the boot camp over Labor Day weekend, I decided to enroll in the Boost Your Fertility Blueprint program after it had been about 4 months of trying. So again, we're going to stop right there. She had been trying for 4 months, no luck. She knew she was waiting on the Lord's timing, but she still wanted to be active in improving her fertility. So good, so smart. I love it. She says, where was I? I started going on walks 3 times a day, incorporating a protein shake every single morning, taking quality supplements, changed my laundry detergent and household cleaners to non-toxic brands, and having more intentional time in prayer and in the Word. It wouldn't be but maybe a week after I finished the program that I got my first positive pregnancy test. Yay, hallelujah. I just had my 8-week appointment last week, and so far everything looks great, so I really couldn't be happier. Thank you, Tori, so much for your encouragement and advice. God truly is faithful. Ugh, that is so good. That is so good. And I just want you to know that this testimonial could be your story too. As you can tell from her testimonial, she said she kind of walked through what she did. I started going walks, added more protein, swapped out my products, spent more intentional time in prayer. And so this is not a crazy, invasive, like all-consuming program. This is not something that you're going to have to change your whole life for. I'm just giving you simple tips, simple tricks, and a step-by-step checklist system to follow. So you are not getting overwhelmed. You're not having to go to the doctor a crazy amount of times. You're not having to take all this medication and spend your entire 401k to get pregnant. But it is built on a 4-step program, a 4-step system that is really effective. So before I get lost in my own excitement, let's break this down. What is Boost Your Fertility Blueprint? So what this is an online self-paced course, meaning you get to enroll and you get to go at it at your own pace. You don't have to show up for appointments. My general suggestion, and you'll find this inside the course too, is that I say to take it week by week, take one section at a time per week so that you don't get overwhelmed, get the information, because what I'm doing is I'm breaking down why your fertility is being impacted, what is impacting it. Even if you're dealing with unexplained infertility, I'm going to explain that in this. I'm going to take unexplained infertility and explain it. So it makes what you're doing so much easier to implement because you understand the why behind it. So you can go through it in about a month's time. You can go through it way faster than that if you want to. And that's what's really nice about it is you're not waiting on me. You're not waiting on calls. This is self-paced, meaning you get to do it at your own pace. So you'll enroll, you'll be added into the course, and there are video lessons, there are text lessons, there are printable PDFs to help you print out and keep you on track and help you stay motivated. I tell everyone at the beginning of the program, it's really nice if you'll just get a notebook, get you like a 3-ring binder, pretend like you're going back to school, you're back in college, you get your binders with your dividers, and you print this stuff out and you just go through it week by week and refer to it week by week. But I'm literally going to give you a checklist at the end. So I kind of go through the 4 sections, the 4-step process, which is recognize, release, restore, and replenish. And at the end, I give you a daily checklist to follow. So even if all the information feels overwhelming, which I have made it to not be that way, I've made it to be very simple, bite-sized, easy to understand, not a bunch of fancy medical jargon, but just so easy to understand that you can implement it. And then if you're like, I don't even care why all this works, I just want to know what to do, there's a checklist you print out and you just do what's on the checklist each day. And it's really that simple. It takes no mental energy besides checking the stuff off your daily checklist. You don't have to take the information, then figure out a routine or how to incorporate it to your lifestyle. I've got it all written down for you. So that is what it is. It's an online course, self-paced, with a daily checklist to tell you exactly what to do. So if you are one of these people that are scrolling Instagram, scrolling TikTok, getting bite-sized information from all the places, feeling a little overwhelmed, not knowing where to start, or maybe you've got all the information, but you're not actually implementing it because you're unsure if it's the right step, or you're just overwhelmed. So often we do not take action even with information because we're overwhelmed and we need something to just make it easier. We need someone to just say, this is what you're gonna do. And that's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. So that is what it is. Now, why does it work? Why does Boost Your Fertility Blueprint work? The reason it works is because my 4-step framework, the recognize, release, restore, and replenish, addresses your fertility from every single angle. We're not attacking it from one idea or one guess. We are looking at your foundational health, what your fertility is built on, and we're improving all of it. So recognize is just understanding your fertility, understanding what affects it. If you are in this situation where your labs are normal, you're dealing with unexplained infertility, or maybe you even have PCOS, but your periods are regular, or even if they're not regular, this addresses that at the root cause level. And that is what's really cool about it. Release is letting go of what steals your fertility. So there are things that impact our fertility, like toxins. We talk about non-toxic living on this podcast. There are things like not eating enough calories that affect your fertility. So we're going to release the things that are not serving us, that are not improving our health, not improving our fertility. The restore section is adding things back in, adding back in the minerals you need to improve your fertility, adding back in exercise and movement that is nourishing and calming and not high intensity and burning through your minerals. The replenish section is the section where we talk about nervous system regulation, how to do it, why it matters, why it helps balance everything out. So that is why it's super effective, because no matter what issue is keeping you from getting pregnant, whether it be low quality sperm, egg quality, a lack of ovulation, all those things, every step in this program addresses that. And yes, the Boost Your Fertility Blueprint is great for men as well. There's a whole cycle charting section inside Boost Your Fertility Blueprint, which is obviously specific to women, but everything else in the course is true for men as well. So this is a course that you can do with your husband, because it does take two to tango. Even if, let's say your husband's been tested, his sperm looks great, and maybe you're the one that you're not sure if you're ovulating, so you feel like you are the quote unquote problem. One, you're not the problem. I don't want you talking negatively to yourself internally that way, but we can always improve our chances by improving both the egg and the sperm. So this is something you guys can do together. So that is what it is and why it works. Now, who is it for? Boost Your Fertility Blueprint is literally for anybody and everybody. If you are trying to get pregnant and you want a natural approach, it is for you. It is for women who have endometriosis. There is, in the bonus section, there is the endometriosis bonus guide, the male fertility factor guide, and a PCOS guide. Everything inside here is for couples who are trying to get pregnant naturally. It's for anyone who's tired of wasting time and money and energy on random supplements you find online. It's for anyone who wants to get straight to the point, who's ready to take action, who's tired of guessing, who's tired of not getting answers at their doctor's office and kind of just left to, it's unexplained infertility, you probably need IVF. No, you don't. You need to address your fertility at the foundation, and I've got the plan for you. This is what that same student from the testimonial I read at the beginning, this is what she said about her favorite part of the program, or what she really liked about it. She said, I loved implementing the restore and release portions. I think you really laid out this program so well and how it was organized and made it very easy to comprehend and implement. Obviously, these were great tools to help me get pregnant, but are helpful to continue implementing moving forward in my daily routines. And I love that she recognizes this, because it's so true that when we work on our fertility from a foundational level, we are improving our health too. This is a great program to implement to get pregnant 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. You can come back to it each time you're ready to get pregnant again. And it'll also be really beneficial in the postpartum phase for you, because it's built on foundational health. Also, in her testimonial, again, she said, me and my husband are both in our 30s. We eat healthy. We exercise daily with no relevant medical history. So if you fall in that category too, and you're like, well, I'm already doing all the quote unquote healthy things, so maybe I don't need this. Like I talked about last week, sometimes it's just a tweak. Maybe sometimes it's just one little step that you need to implement. Maybe you are eating whole foods and exercising daily, but maybe you need to work on the release section and flushing those excess hormones and those excess toxins out of your body. And I've got the steps to do that. And I could keep going on and on about how wonderful this program is. Obviously, I'm biased, but I'm very proud of it. It's the steps that I have seen work for my patients over the years, and I want to see it work for you too. So again, I will be running a Black Friday special on this on the 21st and 22nd. Get on the email list so you can be the first one to get the details. 48 hours only, and I want to get this into your hands before the holidays start so that you feel like as you go into the holidays and you start this next year that you have a plan, and this season is going to be different. This season is going to be you're empowered. I've got a plan. I'm taking action. I'm not sitting back and letting what the doctor said or my doubts and my fears control me. I'm going to take action because you've been listening to this podcast for a while. I'm willing to bet. And I'm so glad you're here. I hope you keep tuning in, but it is time to take a step forward. It's time to take action, and I'm going to give you the Black Friday special to do it. Okay. I'm a little too tough love excited today. So I'm going to wrap it up, but I'm so thankful to do this with you guys. Don't miss out on it. Get on the email list so you can get that notification, and let's get this holiday season and this new year fertile. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this episode touched your heart or taught you something, I'd be honored if you share it with a friend who could use the information too. And if you want to be the real MVP, then would you also take 30 seconds to tap those 5 stars at the bottom and leave a written review telling me what you're loving? It lights me up to know this podcast is really helping you. Don't forget, you're super cute and super fertile, so meet me back here next week and let's keep chatting and learning together.